Cannon Day. Good morning. I have had some veggies in my freezer from this summer. No, we did not grow these. We went to my family farm and picked some vegetables and mostly tomatoes. I forgot them at my mom's house, so she very kindly washed them, put them in Ziploc bags, and put them in the freezer. She also got some from a neighbor as well. So today I am processing them and turning them into tomato sauce. And then we also have a big bag of peppers here that I'm gonna turn into some salsa verde because I also got some tomatillos, which we are growing for the first time this year, so I wanna experiment how to get them in salsas. But first, and the reason why we're starting so early is because these need to thaw out a bit before I can use them. So first thing is I fed my dog. Now I gotta take her out. But second thing is getting these out of the freezer. So while I go to the gym, run some errands, they can thaw out and then we can start. But if you're doing this, make sure to thaw them out in some sort of container, just in case one of your bags has some leaks. I got my biggest bowl for this. Look at this beauty. Got it at a Restaurant Depot. All right, so we are all settled in here. It actually fits quite nicely. And now we are off to run errands. Right, bud? Welcome back. Okay, it's been about 4 hours since I set my veg out to de-thaw. Surprise, surprise, it's still pretty frozen. And I want to get started. So about an hour ago, I put some hot water in there. I'm gonna switch that out to see if that helps the process a bit. But I am gonna go ahead and kind of get started on my canning day. I went to Costco this week and stocked up on some more citrus. Got some big old bags of lemons and limes. Kind of similar to last week because last week went really well. And I've already, let's see here. I'm already down to my last lime juice, so it's gone really well so far. I haven't used any of the oranges yet, but the lemon juice and the lime juice I think are gonna be really helpful. Lime, just because I make a lot of salsas, a lot of cilantro lime rice, all that stuff. And then now that the weather is getting nice, I actually make quite a bit of lemonade. So having some already like ready to go lemon juice, I think will be nice. So I'm gonna start there. I also have some bulk meat that I got at Costco that I need to vac seal and prep. And then I gotta take my dog on a walk before it rains. And then I think we'll be ready to do the tomato sauce. Next time I'll just get them out the night before. And now I know. And this is why we test this stuff during the winter now. So that way during like the high season, like July, August, when we're getting a lot from the garden, I already know these things and I already know what I'm doing. So we test now. We're gonna start with citrus, then some meat prep, then walk the dog, and then we are gonna get to the tomato sauce and salsa verde. So let's go. Also, I am starting a new book today. It's for my book club. It is Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin. Let's see how it goes. We have to fill our giant canner. So I've got more limes, and then we've got a lot of lemons. I am thinking a little bit more ahead than I did last week, and I'm saving some to use this week. Ha ha ha. Because I forgot to do that last week. I juiced all my limes, and then guess what? I needed limes, so So these lemons are actually quite juicy. Like this is just after 2, so I'm really excited. Either way, with any citrus and juice, I just roll it, give it a quick roll, palm of my hand, cut and juice. All the lemons have been juiced, and I got 2 8-ouncers and 3 whatever ouncers those are. So happy with that, and now onto the limes. The limes are definitely better than the last batch I had. They're still kind of hard. Okay, so I got 3 very full lime juices, which I'm really happy with. So I'm gonna get this citrus in the canner, but again, these are cold, so the canner is cold. And then once these all get to a boil, they're gonna process for 15 minutes. But before then, I am going to do something because they actually are quite similar in color. My limes, I'm just gonna make a little dot just to save my sanity just a little bit. And there we go. Next up, I have some bulk meat that I got from Costco. I also got some beef, but it leaked, so it's in the sink. I go to Costco about once a month, maybe every other month, but the most important thing I get is bulk meat there. Here's the best example. So my husband and I, we like pork chops on the smoker. This guy, this boneless pork loin is, you can see here, it is $20. And I am probably gonna get 12 big, like 1-inch pork chops out of this. Recently, because we're out of pork chops, I had to buy some from the grocery store, and it was like $12 for 2. I mean, they were bone in, so the weight was higher, but it was like over $10 for just 2. So like, you're gonna get a lot of return for pork chops. What I also like to get pretty much every time is a rack of these boneless, skinless chicken thighs. Before I put it in the freezer, because right now it's all like attached in a 6-pack. I like to cut all the 6-packs out because I like to just be able to grab 1 pack at a time for dinner. And I always like to get seafood at Costco. So this week, or this month, I got 2 packs of cod. I stocked up pretty well on salmon and shrimp the last time I went, so I really just needed some more whitefish. And their cod is both really good quality and not very expensive. But this packaging is not really good for the freezer. It pierces and then gets freezer burn. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to prep this chicken. I'm going to get this cod in some better freezer bags and vac seal it. Then I'm going to portion out and trim up this pork loin into pork chops. And then this beef is already cubed up, so I'm literally just gonna put it in freezer bag. Also doesn't really matter because I'm using it next week for some shepherd's pie. Yes, I know it's not lamb, but in this house we use beef for shepherd's pie because lamb's fucking expensive here. So let's prep. Even though this meat is already cubed, I still like to throw it on some paper towels and pat it dry before I put it in a freezer bag. Clean it a little bit so it's not in old juice. So just lay out some paper towels, pat it off, and then we're gonna put it in a freezer bag. Anytime I am vacuum sealing fish or something like liquidy, add a paper towel strip up towards the top, and it will absorb any excess liquid that didn't come off on your paper towels. All right, so all of the meat is ready to go. I put the pork in little 2-packs, which is perfect for a dinner. I'm gonna put this in the freezer, take our cans out, and take this pup on a walk. Welcome to my garage. So one thing I wanted to share is, so my husband and I, we have this pretty, I don't know, I would say like compact deep freezer. One thing that has saved our sanity so much, because one thing, I love this freezer, but it was so annoying to find or keep organized or just like easily get to stuff in here. One thing that we did that we absolutely love is we have reusable bags in here, and each reusable bag is a different kind of meat. So this is our poultry bag, this one is our beef, and we're out of pork, so we don't have a pork bag right now. And then right up here is all of like our quick grab meat, so like this is pulled chicken and ground beef. It has saved my sanity so much. So if you're struggling to keep a chest freezer like this organized, I highly recommend reusable bags and organized by vegetable, meat, etc. It's really saved my sanity. Apparently the rains come early. Luckily the pup does not seem to mind. We did get her in Washington after all. It's just gonna be a wetter walk than I thought. Hello, quick update. My husband came home early for work. We all took a nap on the couch for like 2 hours. And now it's like 6 o'clock and I have to make dinner. So I'm gonna be canning all the rest of stuff on another day. So I will see you guys then. Well, hello there friends. Welcome back to my kitchen. It is 2 days later, so Sunday. We last saw each other on Thursday, where we did not get to these frozen vegetables because they did not thaw fast enough for us to use on the same day. But they held up in the fridge really well, so I'm excited about that. So, since it's Sunday, we are gonna go through some canning and some meal prep. I wrote this to-do list too high, but that's okay. We'll just angle. There we go. So for canning, I'm gonna make the tomato sauce, and then you're right up my nose. This is dumb. Okay, that's ish better, whatever. Okay, so for canning, we're making the tomato sauce and then some salsa verde, which I'm very excited to do. Then for meal prep, for lunches this week, I'm doing tuna salad sandwiches, so I'm hard boiling some eggs. This week I'm doing veggie pizzas for dinner, so I'm prepping some of that stuff. Oh, and what's not on the list is for special drinks this week, I'm doing a raspberry lemonade, so making some raspberry lemonade. So, buckle up, I'm gonna get my hair not everywhere, and let's get canning and meal prepping, shall we? Okay, that's a little better. I also added on here, I need to re-rack our microgreens. So this week, we are trying a new type of microgreen because why not? We bought some Cantaloupe Microgreens, so I'm gonna measure out some seeds for like a small tray because we're not sure if we're gonna like them because I just want to soak them for a couple of hours before I plant them just to give them a leg up on germination. So we're gonna start there, then go to the tomatoes, get that cooking down, then we're gonna do the salsa, and then we're gonna start a meal prep. That's a lot, but whatever. Oh, and today the book I am listening to is called The Quarry Girls. I'm still listening to Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow. I just wanted a little break because I missed my mystery books. So started that yesterday. I'm only a couple chapters in. So that is the book I will be listening to today. So for the pizza this week, I have the pizza dough right here. I started it last night or yesterday because it takes some time. It needs a lot of chill time. But it looks really good. So before I do anything, I'm going to shape these into 4 doughs. It makes 2 like big pizzas. I'm doing 4 medium pizzas because I'm doing them for dinners for 2 this week. Also, what I also made this morning, look at my sourdough loaf. Look at my, oh, this is my second time making this recipe in a loaf pan. Last week it turned out really well, so I wanted to do it again this week to make sure it wasn't just like a fluke. And I think we got it. So last week I just did like turkey sandwiches. This week we're doing tuna salad sandwiches. It's gonna be great. Okay, let's get started. All right, we got a Pyrex here. And we are just going to drizzle with olive oil. I'm using a Pyrex mostly just because this stores really well. And it already comes with a lid, so that way we can have the pizzas throughout the week. What I do is just turn out this dough from an oiled bowl. Oh, this dough is so beautiful. So I'm just gonna slowly even it out. Oh, still feels amazing. Best of my ability, I'm gonna portion it out into 4. So now that we're in 4, I'm just gonna shape into a ball like so. Leave it there. And then these are going to rest. Again, I just pulled this out of the fridge, so the dough is still cold. These are going to rest and expand on the counter for 3 to 5 hours, which is honestly perfect. That'll take me right till dinner. So I can use my first one and show you guys. Honestly, this dough, oh shit. This is what the dough looks like. Like I said, it looks like mozzarella cheese. Ugh, it's awesome. All right, so yeah, now I'm just covering, and these babies are gonna sit at room temp. So next we have our microgreens. Like I said, I'm just gonna soak them for a couple hours before I rack our trays. So I got my seeds, again, from True Leaf Market. I love them. Also, look how cute their packaging is. So let's do that. All right, we got 2 exactly. I'm gonna put it in a different container, cover it with some filtered water, and just let it sit on the counter for a couple hours before we plant them. All right, so here are our bag of tomatoes. You see a lot of liquid has come out, which is great because initially this is what you would like cook off. So what I'm going to do, and I'm gonna need bigger bowls, is I am going to put like the tomato skins and little like head things in here, and then like the juice and the bodies in a pot, and that's what I'm gonna cook down. So let's get started. But yeah, this way makes it so much easier because, here, let me show you. So you get the tomato right, you see the skin is wrinkly. So you just peel it off. It comes off so fast. You just pinch kind of like the top attachment there, and then you put it in. And that way you're getting all the excess water that you just have to bake off, and the skin, so you're not having to peel like boiling hot tomatoes. Like, this is just so much easier. Haha. So I'm just about done with the tomatoes. Honestly, all of those tomatoes took me like less than 20 minutes, and I have a pretty full pot. But I did want to share. So yes, this method was easier and my preferred method than boiling, but if you like popping bubble wrap, you will love de-skinning cherry tomatoes, because literally you just, here, let me see if I can get like this right. You just pop and it comes out. Here, let me show you one more time. So you take the cherry tomato and you just pop, and it all comes out. This is the most fun ever. All right, so I warmed this up and got most of the liquid off, and now it's just thick, and I'm going in, and I have been going in and kind of just like crushing like this. So these I'm gonna set aside and just kind of keep warm till I'm ready to can. So next we have the Salsa Verde. I have some bell peppers, poblanos, jalapenos in here. Oh, some Anaheims as well. So we have a nice pepper mix with some tomatillos. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave the skin on the peppers, and honestly the jalapenos in here, I'm gonna leave them in as well. Just gonna take the tops off of the peppers, but I'm gonna cook up some onions and garlic in some water because I'm gonna need some water in there to like puree everything together. So for this much salsa, I'll probably do even a large onion, and then just like whatever garlic cloves I want. I also like to put a little bit of honey in my hot salsa, just because like it doesn't taste sweet, but just having some sweet in there makes it better. So, all right, I'm gonna get started on that, and then I'll show you the process. Also, by the way, I'm making up this recipe. I'm not going off of anything, so bear with me. All right, so here I have a few garlic cloves and some onion. And then I'm going to boil this until it's cooked down. And then I'm going to add my peppers. So while the onions are cooking, I'm gonna take a quick break because I wanna try my bread. It looks so good. And look at that. That chrome structure. It's light, it has some open air, but not too much. We did it. It is so good. Here are peppers and tomatillos. The poblanos that were in here were spicy, so I only added like one fresh jalapeno with some seeds. And then here we have our cooked down onions and garlic. So I am just gonna go ahead and add these to the salsa. I'm also gonna add some apple cider vinegar, some salt, and some honey. Blend it, do a taste test, see if I need add any water, any vinegar, any honey, anything like that. We should be good to go. And I had to add a little bit of water just so everything was covered. Now I'm going with my immersion blender and just going to blend. Okay, I absolutely forgot. I need to put lime juice and cilantro in there. I have both, I just absolutely forgot. So I'm gonna roll some limes, juice them up, and then throw some cilantro in there as well. All right, so this is what we are working with here. I think I added a little too much water. It's a little thin, but I'm gonna can it anyways to see if it'll firm up in the canner. If not, honestly, this will still make an excellent chip dip, a marinade, or whatever. So I'm still gonna keep it even though it is a little thin, see if it firms up in the canner. These are high acid food. I'm doing a water bath canner. The salsa is an acid not only because of the apple cider vinegar and the lime, but because the tomatillos are nightshades and peppers are high in acid as well. So we're water bath canning. Guys, sometimes stuff just works out. Okay, I have 2 quarts and 2 pints exactly, which is amazing. So now I'm going to add a couple basil leaves, some pickling salt, and I'm feeling just like a little pinch of sugar in each one. Not because the recipe is telling me to, but because my canning instincts and my non-existent Italian heritage is just speaking to me. This is the 1/4 teaspoon of sugar. And seal the jars. So this is everything that we have ready for the canner. It is not all gonna fit in one go. This is a cold canner because all of the jars and everything is like room temperature. I have my rack at the bottom, and now I'm just gonna add my jars. Again, with water bath canning, you want to make sure that it covers the top of the jars, and you are canning, like the time you're canning is for your largest jar. So I have 2 pints in here. So that is the time that I'm canning for. And I think everything will fit. Yeah, it fits. Okay, and then we're making sure we're covering by 2 inches. And then we're gonna heat up. Can these guys, again, these big ones need about 30 to 40 minutes. So we're gonna make sure that once the 30 minutes starts, once this is at a rolling boil. And then, yeah, we're gonna get these guys canned. And now it is time to do the dishes and start meal prepping. Now on to the meal prep portion of our show. I have to hard boil some eggs. I tried to think if there was like some clever way I could hard boil them like in or with my canner, but my brain doesn't want to think about that, so I'm doing it separately. We're making pizza sauce because I canned all the tomatoes that I just made, so I forgot to hold some back for myself. So I have to make pizza sauce, no big deal. It's like super easy. Some raspberry lemonade, which I'm really excited about. Past couple weeks I've tried to make myself like a fun drink to have throughout the week because unfortunately I kind of gone back into soda a little bit, so I'm getting that done with. So I'm trying to like make myself like a fun drink to like look forward to during the week. Then most importantly, I'm going to re-rack my microgreens for this week. I still have a ton of sunflower microgreens, so that's what I'm gonna be eating on this week, but those are for next week. And then I'm gonna be chilling and just making some labels and dating cans and hanging with the dog. So for our raspberry lemonade, I'm going to juice a bag of lemons to get all my lemon juice. I'm gonna make 2 big jugs that should last me about a week, week and a half. Oh yeah, also I'm hard boiling my eggs. But here I have a cup of raw sugar. I like to taste better. Cup of water. Then I'm adding a container of raspberries. I am going to bring this to a boil until the sugar dissolves and the raspberries soften, and then I'm gonna just kind of mash it and strain it to make our raspberry syrup. All right, and after 40 minutes, our cans are ready to take out. We are very carefully taking these out. And here are our completed jars. They look so good. All right, now time for lemonade. So I have one of my jars. I'm gonna make kind of like a concentrate and then separate it between the 2 jars. So I have all of the lemon. And we're just gonna press down the strainer here to make sure we get all that raspberry flavor. And then we're gonna top with water and see how it tastes. A good mix. Ooh. Oh, it's so sour. Okay, super sour. I mean, I'm not surprised because it's like concentrated. So we're just going to pour out half. And then we're gonna top off with more water. Okay, home stretch. I'm doing 2 more things and want to show you guys. So first is my pizza sauce. So in a pot here, I have just a 28-ounce can of whole peeled tomatoes. And all I do to it, I keep my pizza sauce very simple, is I add a couple tablespoons of confit garlic. I don't expect everyone to have confit garlic in their pantry. If you do, amazing. If not, just some garlic. I know, bud, right? And then I just add oregano, Italian seasoning, and then I happen to have some basil, so I'm gonna throw some basil in there. That's it. So I heat it up, I cook it all together. I only cook it for about like 10 or so minutes. If you're using raw garlic, essentially cook it till the garlic's cooked, and that's it. Keep pizza sauce pretty simple. And just like that, we got pizza sauce ready to go. Final task is we are racking our cantaloupe microgreens. So like I said, we're just trying out the seeds. So I'm just doing a medium tray here. As a reminder, for microgreens, you need 3 trays, a bottom tray where you're gonna water, a middle tray with drainage, this is where we're gonna plant, and then a top tray to cover. Now we're gonna take our microgreen seeds and just spread them all over. So you want to spread them evenly over the top, or as evenly as you can. These seeds stuck together pretty much. But here we go. They're going to cover the top. We're going to take it inside. And then you come inside, top with a towel, weigh it down. I'm just weighing down with some beans. And wait until they sprout and germinate. Also, these are our seedlings. We're starting them, we just started them a few days ago, so they're still growing. Some are really taking off. And that is all, folks. Thank you for coming along on this epic multi-day multi-hour, multi-process journey. So I'm just gonna hang out with my labeler, make some labels for my new jars, find some space for them, and make some delicious pizza for dinner. So thank you for watching. Gardening and canning season has just started, so if you are here for more canning and homesteading videos, I've got you covered. Stick around. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see y'all later.